good morning from Switzerland, where we arrived already yesterday. And let me tell you that we also visited two cheese factories. One of them was the king of the cheeses, the Emmental factory. And today, or yesterday evening, actually we arrived in our camping, and today we are setting on our first hike, which we are doing super early because all these days are promised to be rainy. So right now we are actually trying to beat the rain and get up the mountain as fast as we can. You okay over there? No comments?
No comments.
But it did escalate really fast. Like, here's the bridge down there that we were just walking on, and just in like 2 minutes we already climbed up quite a lot, and up it goes. There she comes. 10 minutes later. If you thought it was hot hiking up there, then wait until we take this path. But jokes aside, it is stunningly beautiful and magical to be here in the Alps again. Well, actually, these sort of hikes, like, you know, you can see the green pastures and like this narrow small road and surrounded by mountains. This part is really my favorite. It's like, of course, going up or going down, but like this, exactly this. We are back in the civilization, or actually we reached this refugio over here. I think it's a perfect spot to get a second coffee, because I don't think that there'll be other places to do that. scenery is so amazing. The longer you keep staring, the more mesmerized you get. We finished the hike down. It took us about maybe what, like 40 minutes?
Yeah, I think so. Because we also took some shortcuts.
Yeah, and total hiking up was about, I think, 2.5 hours with a stop, as I said, and hiking down was like 40 minutes. So in the time when we also chilled and relaxed, it has been 4 hours, and we have about still 2 kilometers to go. And look at this amazing view that you're walking with your face towards. Basically, we have to go back to our camping on this road and down the river, where we are going to try to cool down our boys. Like, oh my god, look at this little cute place here in Switzerland. I think at the peak they probably didn't have more than 20 people living here, yet it's so nicely kept and beautiful, but not a lot of action happening here. You said that there is a shortcut over here.
It is! Only I didn't know the waterfall is so strong.
It is. Because when we were coming here, we were hiking up there to go to the mountain and do the hike, but apparently there was a shortcut and it wasn't on all trails. What, 40 minutes since we are back in our camping. Just rested a little bit, and I think I would be lying if I didn't say that I don't feel any, well, consequences of the hike, because in the total it totaled about 12 to 13 kilometers that we did in 2 hours. You don't tell it by the color of the sky, but in 2 hours it should be thunderstorming, at least according to the app, and that's the #1 reason why we started this hike so early. We're gonna prepare for the rest of the trip, which is tomorrow. We are going to Italy, to Aosta, and day after tomorrow try to do a bigger hike if the weather allows it. And well, afterwards we're going to France, in Colmar, to check it out as well. This is the roof tent that we purchased about 2 years ago. This is the third time that it sees some action, and this cheap ass tarp is coming here for the last time because it's always such a struggle to set it up. There's Sabine carrying 2 clean dishes. There's almost nothing in the car after organizing it today, because we did come in yesterday kind of on the late side, about 4 or 5 o'clock daytime or evening, because we visited some cheese factories. So we didn't really have so much time and energy to do a lot yesterday. We just basically set up everything and it was in chaos, and Sabine has been making order here. A new thing for boys is the small fence, but it should be increased in the size in the future. And this is our super light hiking tent, which is now basically used as storage for all the stuff. It's now nicely organized. So, enough babbling, let's enjoy some cheese and chill out. Would you like to tell what we have there on the table?
Some pesto, some mascarpone with chili, some chips, some orange sausage, crackers for the pesto, and a lot of cheese from Emmental factory.
They have all kind of different ages over there. I'm not sure.
I think this is the youngest one and this is the oldest one.
So time to enjoy some sitting, because normally we also kind of come back late in the evening and then we're too tired to enjoy, and this is I think first time in a long time that we
are back before the dark.
Yes. And even though how many hours we were, we left at 7 and we came back at 1, so that's enough time to spend away. Well, as you see, our perfect spot has turned into a mud bath. It's everywhere. The chair got wet, so it's unusable. And this tarp, it's like sinked in from the weight of the rain. So I really hope here's a community room, because I didn't see it yet. So let's hope so. A very good morning from the mountain pass of Saint Bernard, where we are basically going to Italy, to Aosta today, just like I said yesterday. You can go there in two ways. One is the tunnel, and another one is the mountain pass. And it's been kind of my long life dream to visit all the mountain passes in Switzerland. And so far we managed to do only a few. The weather today is not looking very promising, as you can see by the angry clouds. We are going to Italy to survive the rainy part of the day and actually visit some cafes and place where they make grappa. Sabine here is making some coffee.
I hope I'll make before rain, because the clouds came fast.
They really did. They really did. And as the name Saint Bernard suggests, this is the place where the monks back in the day used to breed the Saint Bernard dogs that are used still nowadays for rescues when the avalanches are coming down and people are trapped. It's a very strong smell, sense of smell. So we had to abandon our coffee mission because it starts raining and it's also freezing as fuck. So on the bright side, there's 49 minutes to go to a cafeteria in Italy, so away we go. Well, basically our drive to Aosta was not very successful because, as you can already see on the pass of the mountains, it was rainy, and when we arrived the rain didn't stop for a bit. Only when we left there the sun was shining, and of course when we are back in our camping it's raining. Of course the rain is going to be raining continuously for the coming 3 days, actually the whole week as far as the weather app is telling us. So that's why we made the decision to go home. So this has been maybe the worst trip to Switzerland, because originally it was intended to be 4 nights here in the camping, but instead we did only 2. Some lessons are learned as well on this trip. I will see you on the next adventure. Very welcome from the small village of Hamburg in Switzerland, which is located basically not really far from the Swiss and German and the Liechtenstein border. We are here in November, as you can see from these trees that don't have the leaves anymore. We are here because it's also going to be a small test. Are we able to be camping in a roof tent when it's +2 degrees outside and maybe even negative temperatures? We don't really have that much activities for today besides finding this nice bench with this nice view over here and cook some very easy and warm meal on our gas kind of like stove, and then head back to the camping and plan things for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Well, and this is the very basic food that we have. because this is also going to be a budget trip, and that's where we are warming up the water, our little gas stove, like I said, on this nice little bench where you have the local library. Well, it's actually very sunny. You can't see the nice beautiful village up there that well, but trust me, it looks cool. And it's also surprisingly warm for November, because you can see Sabine's just in her t-shirt. Well, fast forward to today, where it's 7:30 in the morning with +3 degrees outside. We managed to sleep the night in our roof tent over there. It was actually not that bad. It was a little bit cold, of course, in the morning. And for today we are ready to summit like this mountain that is called Mount Schafler, a hike of a total of 19.7 kilometers. So enough said, let's go, because we do need to save those hours for the daylight. I think we've been here on all the seasons besides the autumn, and now look at those beautiful colors here, right?
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Amazing.
Yellows, orange, and the mountains, really nice.
Well, as always, from my sweaty forehead, you can see that this was one of the steepest hikes I've done. And it seems to come to a small bit, even though I wouldn't celebrate it too fast, because maybe there's more up steep over there. So let's go. Behind me you have like these green kind of mountain pastures, and this is actually kind of hikes that we always wanted to do, but we always end up doing really steep and really high hikes. Just as one there behind us, that is where we have to go up, and then it should be all smooth sailing downhill from there, and very hopefully on the beautiful ridge hike that I saw. Do you think we have earned a little break?
I guess so, we can afford it, right? It's only 10 o'clock.
In this magical little guest house ocean, located here about, I don't know, about 1 kilometers high. Because the point where we came up from you can't even see anymore because of the tree lines downstairs, but it's way beyond, or way below the houses that you see there uphill. So we're gonna go here to the guest house and continue our trail right there alongside the cliff. So here we are in a cafe enjoying local coffee, or just coffee, but this is very local shot of Appenzeller.
Yeah.
So tastes sweet, like a sweet Jägermeister, I would say, but more Swiss. Cheers.
Sorry, grass.
So who would have thought you would have a small chapel over here with all the altar, chairs, the cross and the bell. Wondering if you can sleep here like in bunk beds or something like that. Oh no, it's a museum. Oh. Well, we're gonna skip the museum. Check out the caves. It goes really deep. And I see the light at the end of the cave. Well, over there you do see a flashing silhouette of a bear. And apparently, like, yeah, these bears in the prehistoric times, talking about the last ice age, this place didn't have a lot of vegetation, and the bears came to hibernate here for the winter period. And when they discovered this place, they found out 600 bear skeletons. A little bit further there, in the other part of the cave, they also found remains of Neanderthals, which came here to camp, sort of, in the period of summer when the bears were not present here. So quite cool. I mean, look at the size of this cave. So this is the part where the Neanderthals were, or the remains of Neanderthals were found. So you can imagine them crawling up there in the corner and doing, you know, Neanderthalian things. So right there you see the station of the Skytram, let's call it like that. Of course, it's always an option to come up like this, you know, big steepness with the tram, but then you eliminate all the challenge of hiking up here. And I think when you hike up, it gives you like a completely different feeling that you conquered it and all the effort was worth it. What do you think, Sabine?
Yeah, when you look down and now you're where you are, we did pretty good job, huh?
I think so. But we are celebrating a little bit too fast because there is still a bit to go up. So let's keep marching on. I think one of the biggest worries when we came here was that everything could be in a mist and you couldn't see anything. And right now we are well above the clouds. But we are gonna have to climb down. So let's hope it will not really interfere, especially with the ridge hike. I mean the ridge part of the hike. At the beginning of the adventure I said Schafler is the mountain that we're gonna conquer, but apparently it's that small guest house up there that's called Schäfler, and the mountain next to it is called Turm, and that is the one that we are actually going to be conquering. And again, I think it's only that last bit up there, the highest point of the hike. Look at all that beauty. That is the, how did I call it? The chair tram. Or the whatever thingy that you can come up. Sky tram. And we are here on the other side. Almost at the Schäfler. There we are at Schäfler, which should have been the highest point over here, as you can barely see. Yeah, well, this should be the highest point, but there is a little bit more to hike up. So, well, let's do that little part and then have our celebratory beer. No flying drones here, no problem. A little bit of danger. And that is the highest point of this trail and of today's adventure. Fuck yeah. So just a little bit behind the guest house, Sabine has summited this height. We did it, you crazy bitch! We did it!
We did it! Look on the view!
Fuck.
Man, a hell of the view, huh?
Hell yeah!
Cheers!
We are finally at our highest point, as I already said there by the sign. And behind me you see like this magnificent ridge, which is, you know, like I said in one of my earlier videos, always been my childhood dream and just like dream of my life to be able to hike on places like that. And well, we made a big mistake when we started this hike, is that we went the opposite direction. That means we did the steepest part of the hike in the very beginning without warming up, and it was like insanely steep. We did, I think, 25% of the whole distance in about 4 or 5 hours, which should have been like the golden ending. And this should have been the hiking up more like relaxed, you know, in a relaxed way, starting there down from the valley. If you can show down the valley, that's where how we should more or less, you know, done the hike, alongside those and behind those mountains. But well, even though we are very, I would say, experienced hikers, because we are doing it already for 10 years, making us a little bit of seasoned hikers, we did like this simple mistake. So we're gonna finish our celebratory beers, which I got in a shop in one of the guest houses on the way, and then we're gonna do this hike there. And I'm kind of afraid that we are gonna be finishing our hike in the darkness, which is not the nicest thing to do, but we do have our flashlight with us. And for the drones, yeah, you're not allowed to fly over here, because we did see a lot of birds flying here. So yeah, got to respect the nature. There's one flying. Ooh, look at this, right here. So yeah, don't want to mess with that. Well, see you in a path over there.
$1,001. I'm very worried about boys, but they have 4 legs, so let's
It's like one wrong step and you fall to your doom.
Exactly.
I think we've been bamboozling here almost an hour, which was surprisingly long. You can already see the distance, how far the Schäfler hut is. And right now I think we're just gonna sit down a little bit, eat some cookies, and try to launch the drone in the air, because those old birds, they were down by those hills, and just want to capture some of the beauty from above, right here. Well, what appears to be the most difficult hike in our lives is nowhere to be finished, because it's only at the half. But the good part is, like, it should be much more smoother downhill from here. And next to this panoramic view, a mountain hut, a valley. The clouds are rolling in. In about 2 hours it will also get dark. So I wouldn't be too optimistic about us finishing on time, as I said. And see you next time down by the lake. Well, coming down from all that big ass mountain and finally seeing green grass kind of reminds me of that scene from Lord of the Rings where they finally return to Shire.
We found ourselves looking upon a familiar sight. We were home.
Mr. Frodo.
Thank you. Make another break.
Oh,
And then you come and catch me.
It's like so serene, this view over here, and the clouds have rolled over everywhere. Can we get the cue again from Lord of the Rings? Returning to the Shire. It really feels like that we've just been coming down from the Mount Doom. Exaggerating, of course, but tired and exhausted. I mean, the serenity and the quietness in this place cannot be underestimated. Listen. Nothing. Besides the old guy playing that traditional instrument. But, well, I think the filming part ends here. Maybe see you at the camping as sometimes we do. If not, then see you in the next adventure.